Hello, I hope y'all are having a good day. It is November 2nd. And this is my first video on this channel. Uh, I have another channel. My name's Tyler Harris, by the way, but I have another channel. I'm just deciding to just pretty much get rid of it. That channel, I mean, it's pretty much dead, and it's all my fault because I didn't post consistently. And so I've given it a lot of thought. I'm just gonna start new, with a new channel. Hopefully no terrible videos. Now my voice is a little better. Uh, so yeah, now let's get started with the videos. So this is the current National Weather Service warnings and advisories. In these light blue colors that we see right here, uh, in that area, um, those are freeze watches. We can see we have freeze watches from pretty much central Arkansas over to central Tennessee, and up to around Columbia, Missouri. Uh, And then in these kind of purple colors here, these are freeze warnings. We see those from central Missouri over into even southern New York, even one little county there in southwest Connecticut. Uh, and we do have some, these are winter weather advisories because we do have some lake effect snow going on up there. Some areas of New York, PA. Uh, So yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and talk or go over to the GFS here. My main focus in today's video is gonna kind of be the East. Uh, Now in all my videos, that's not gonna be the case. Uh, in some videos though, mostly gonna try. I'm not mostly, but probably gonna pay attention to the southeast or the east, just because that's kind of the region where I'm from. Uh, but not all the time. Um, if there's severe weather, like even a marginal risk in the plains or like anywhere else, talk about it for I'm still gonna talk about it. So pretty much I'm really not just covering the east today. I'm pretty much gonna be talking about the east because there's some interesting stuff going on in the east, uh weather-wise. That's what I'm gonna kind of be discussing today. So let's go over to the GFS here. This is gonna be the first main topic, and this is this kind of two-part disturbance here. It's going to be affecting the southeast. So Thursday morning, the GFS even indicates a little bit of mountain snow there in Virginia, maybe in the western North Carolina, uh, and a very cold, rainy day for areas of the southeast. Uh, and then this could be a really interesting storm system right here. It's this next one that's been trending further to the north. Uh, and this could be very interesting. We could see our first, well, after this, we could see our first freeze and frost in areas of the southeast. After this, talking like Sunday morning, maybe even Saturday morning. Kind of depends where you live. Uh, yeah, so let's go and go over the temperatures here. And I want to zoom in specifically on the southeast. So to Thursday afternoon, the GFS, we can see very cold conditions, especially for early November in the southeast. 30s in western North Carolina in some areas. Uh, Majority of the areas, pretty much from Atlanta, Georgia, are pretty areas like Rome, Georgia, Carrollton, Georgia, Atlanta, Athens, over in the South Carolina, Greenville, Spartanburg, Columbia, Florence. We could be seeing some pretty cool temperatures in the 40s, maybe up to around 50 in some areas, but definitely a very cold day for early November. And we go over to the Canadian here. The Canadian's pretty similar to the GFS, other than the fact that you might be seeing a little bit more cold air get further down in the South Carolina. Uh, Maybe even some 40s making it down into the low country. We'll have to see about that though, because the euro is not very different for this. Uh, but Thursday we can see the euro. The euros is different. Uh, Thursday afternoon. This is the same time, 2 p.m. Uh, Temps are pushing 50 in most of these areas, and really not that cold. About good 7 degrees higher, or maybe 5 to 7, depending on where you are. 5 to 7 degrees higher than what the GFS and the Canadian have. So that's kind of interesting. But it does look like Thursday overall is gonna be a pretty cool rainy day, like I said before, across the southeast. Depending on where you live. Now, if you live in South Georgia, it'll be pretty mild. Or like South Alabama. But yeah, the next thing I want to talk about is this storm system that I mentioned before. This is very interesting because whichever areas kind of gets some rain Saturday could be locked into some pretty cold temperatures in the afternoon. Uh, so let's go ahead and look at this. So temperatures on the GFS here. We can see Friday will be a relatively cold day across Georgia, South Carolina. Maybe some morning temperatures getting down into the upper 30s. Afternoon highs in the mid 50s to upper 50s. Um, and then Saturday is the interesting day. So Saturday morning we can see we have 40s across most of the area. But then as we go on the Saturday afternoon, this is the interesting part. So we have rain down here in this area, but look at the temperatures: 49 in Bainbridge, Georgia. Which that is fairly I mean that is pretty high. Not high. That's pretty. I mean that is pretty far below average there. Uh, and that's pretty the highest around right is 50 in Bainbridge in early November. That's pretty cold for that area. Um, and the Euro is very interesting as well. It completely disagrees with the GFS. It has the or not really. It doesn't completely disagree. It has that cold air in this area, but it also has it much further to the north here. Uh, like even a very cold, rainy day Saturday. For areas like Macon, Georgia, southeast areas of Atlanta, Athens, Augusta, Columbia, Greenville, and Spartanburg, Charlotte. Uh, but the GFS doesn't exactly have that rain that the Euro has there. So it doesn't have that those cold temperatures. Now it has some rain Saturday, but I mean it kind of comes through a little bit. It doesn't have it this far north, and it doesn't come. It kind of the timing's a bit different too. So like we go over to the Euro here, and so Saturday morning we already have rain coming. Even the evening in most areas, which was not supposed really, or maybe last night, has been trending further to the north. I'm pretty sure yesterday the GFS only had rain for like extreme coastal South Carolina. So this has changed quite a bit for one day. Uh, so yeah, now that is that. We'll check in on that tomorrow and see if it's changed at all. But let's just look at after that and see if we can kind of notice any trends here. So one thing I've been looking at is maybe this. So this is, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but the GFS is a very significant storm system that's going to be affecting the plains, or not going to be, that could affect the plains mid next week. Uh, but what we want to look for, because this is over a week out. This is about 8 days, 9 days. Yeah, about 9 days. Uh, so I mean, kind of want to look at trends. We don't just want to like look at it like we don't want to look at like where the rain snow line is and just the GF on the GFS right now. Like that's not gonna be right at all. No. If you do that, you're not gonna get the forecast right at all. But the GFS has been kind of not consistent. I wouldn't say consistent. Over the past two runs, it's been like insanely consistent. But that's probably just. I don't really think that means too much right now. I kind of want to look at several runs. It's not too consistent at all. But according to the GFS, we could have some kind of storm system that will affect the plains mid next week. Now the magnitude of that is uncertain, but I do think we're gonna see some type of storm system in the plains. Now, of course, if this solution happens, that's gonna likely I mean, that looks like a blizzard right there for areas of South Dakota and North Dakota, but I wouldn't count on this happening. We go over to the euro here. Let's see if the euro. I don't. The euro. Yeah, the euro goes out far enough. Okay. No, let's see what the euro has. Because that'll give us kind of a better understanding of what we could potentially see. This is far out though, like I said. So, the euro is. I mean, it has it there. It's just the same time that we see it up there. It doesn't have as much cold air, and overall, I mean, this doesn't look that great for snow on the euro. But one thing we could be seeing is maybe an uptick of some severe weather chances across areas of the plains, maybe into the Midwest. The GFS kind of has that as well. So I'd say our next really good next chance of some severe weather across the U.S. or not across the U.S. but in the U.S. Could be next Wednesday or Thursday. We'll have to see about this and see what the GFS and the Euro are thinking tomorrow. One last thing we can look at is the Canadian, and the Canadian really does not have a lot. Just has a little, a decent little low up there in the Northern Plains. Doesn't look, does not look like the Euro and the GFS at all. So we'll have to see. Uh, I don't think this will completely disappear by tomorrow. Uh, I don't think it's still gonna be here looking just like this. I think it's gonna change a bit. Overall, I do think we're gonna see something uh bid next week, and maybe we could see some severe weather, maybe across kind of this area here. I'll have to see though. But I guess that'll wrap up this video. I will be back tomorrow. But thanks for watching and goodbye.